What up, ladies and gentlemen? We are back, ladies and gentlemen. It's been a long 2 weeks, and it's been, very quiet. So we're gonna try to keep moving on, moving on. Just give me a second. Hold on before I come back. Give me a second.
Yeah, folks, we back in the building. We are back in the building. Um, today, as you know, Money in the Bank happened last night, so we're gonna go through that. Now that the OG has returned, the rest of the rundown, bruh.
Can you hear me?
Yep.
All right, good. All right, so like you said, we're gonna go over Money in the Bank from last night. We're also gonna talk about the documentary that was this past week on the third, which was the documentary behind the scenes of WrestleMania 40, how it came about, and how stuff changed the trajectory of the main event.
Mm-hmm.
Also, we're gonna talk about, even though this guy might not like it, John Cena announced his retirement last night on Seats. You know what I mean? You guys hear already, bro. Like I
What?
said, John Cena last night announced his retirement of WWE. Doesn't mean he's gonna go away just yet. It means that 2025 will be the year Cena will be. We'll go into details of like how they're gonna do it.
You know,
So
you
let's get
said the
started.
words better than me because I would have been like, 2025 is the year John Cena died. But not
I,
died,
I know what you mean, but damn,
but.
yeah, hate for Cena is. I mean, I understand. I don't
uh,
understand it, but it's like I can get it because you did date two people that were Cena fans, so I can understand it. But
moving
no, let's
along, moving
yeah, let's,
along.
yeah, we'll get into the details of Cena. Even though he's playing like this, let's be real, he respects Cena, quote unquote.
Wow, wow.
We'll get into
Okay.
it.
Uh-huh.
All right, so Money in the Bank last night. So the show started great. Of course, we had Trish Stratus as the host, which
Mm-hmm.
is, it's Toronto, so it only makes sense to have her as the host. Then, of
Right.
course, it starts off with the men's Money in the Bank match. Now, the match could have went any way, but I think with Drew McIntyre winning it, I mean, it was kind of like a a foregone conclusion of who's gonna win it. I
Mm-hmm.
had Jay win it, possibly. Like I said, Jay is really over. You gotta like strike this match while it's lit, and it's
Yeah.
like this takes. I mean, don't be wrong, Jay's still gonna be over regardless. But it's the
Mm-hmm.
simple fact that he's not he just that he didn't get the big one yet. He's came close on many occasions, hasn't done it. Now my perspective on it is the right person won to me. I mean, I hate to say it, he did
Mm-hmm.
because it falls into the other stuff we talked about what happened last night too.
Mm-hmm.
But overall, that match was great. We had a few good spots. Carmelo and Andrade were pulling out all the spots last night.
Were they ever? Were
Andrade, he's
they
used to it
ever?
though. He's done so many crazy stuff. When him and Melo did that sunset flip into a ladder.
Yeah, Corey Graves said it best. The man died on
Yeah,
that
he
ladder.
said he said Melo is dead. I'm like,
Melo is
you
dead.
he said it
Oh,
with emphasis. He said Melo is dead. I'm like, damn, Corey.
I, I mean, I feel like, in my opinion, I mean, big respect to Drew McIntyre for winning the match. My only problem was, like, did he really need to win the Money in the Bank? Like, let's be for real, because I feel like Jay should have got it, which probably would have made the story even better. You know, going back into Drew having a problem with what he did in the bloodline and all that other stuff. But I feel like this whole thing with CM Punk and Drew McIntyre is like, it's making sense, but it's not making sense at the same time because of how things are going so far.
Yeah, think about it though when it comes down to the CM Punk situation, which we'll get into that part of because we still gotta go into that section. But I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
But let's stick to this. So I mean, the way McIntyre pushed his way into that qualified match between him, Ilya, and Sheamus,
Mm-hmm.
you knew Drew was gonna win. Because let's be real,
Okay.
Ilya he still has time, and Sheamus he still got to fight Ludwig Kaiser. So it only makes sense to put Drew in it, and then Drew winning it makes up for what we're gonna talk about in the field.
Mm-hmm.
Let's get into some other matches. The next match on the card was Braun Breaker versus Sami Zayn. Now a lot of people on the internet were kind of upset with this match because Sami won.
Mm.
To be honest with you, I'm not upset at it. Don't get me wrong, I love Braun Breaker, but Sami Zayn is making that title even more prestigious. He sees the prestige the way it is because when he beat Gunter, let's be honest here, did anybody really have like prestige of this belt? Like, because when
Mm.
Gunter held that belt, it was prestige. It was something that you wanted. It was something that you fought for.
Right.
Think about it. Chad Gable had what? How many opportunities? 3 opportunities to get that belt. Failed
Mm-hmm.
all three. We got
Yep.
somebody new into it with Braun Breaker. His first match, him and Sammy kill it.
Right.
It was a great match overall. And people say, "Oh, it should just get put on break." I'm like, not yet. Right now is not the time. I think
Mm-hmm.
the bigger stage for me with Breaker will probably be at SummerSlam. Bigger stage, bigger arena.
Mm-hmm.
Like Money in the Bank, we get it. Toronto is same country,
Right.
but it also could have been cool for Breaker to beat him in that his hometown and keep more heat. That would have been good too. But don't be wrong, I like the fact that they kept it on stage. Like I said, it's making Sammy a credible champion. It's basically setting up Sammy to be in the world title picture.
Mm-hmm.
That's the main goal right there for it. Also, even though I say it should be Breaker versus Sammy at SummerSlam, I will also say maybe they can do something with it will be Sami Zayn putting his belt on the line against Jay. It'll be like an old Bret Hart versus British Bulldog type deal.
Yeah.
Because remember when they both fought, both two big faces, both was like competition.
Mm-hmm.
The outcome is the outcome. Like I said, to me, I don't think that'll be the best outcome. And plus, it'll give it a chance to have Jay with a singles belt run, at least with the IC title. The World
Yeah.
Championship, I think that'll come to him soon. But right now, I think the IC picture is where he should be at right now. Because he's came so close on so many occasions. Think about it. Jay came close in the King of the Ring.
Mm-hmm.
He came close last night, Money in the Bank. Had Enriquez in his raps. Almost beat Roman.
Yeah, that's true.
Almost beat Brees. Like, Jay has had so many almost moments. Like I said, when he cracked that seal, it's going to be big time for him. And what I said, I
Mm-hmm.
think the IC title will be the big thing for him. Also, they had the IC title the same time that your dad had.
Yeah. Yeah,
Cause think
that's
about it,
true.
Rikishi was an Intercontinental champion at one point.
Yeah, he was IC champ. What? No,
I think twice at least,
twice.
twice
I
or
was about
once.
to
I'm not
say
sure.
twice.
Had to be twice because this is a time when he was like debuting and he was doing his thing.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, like I said, I'm not mad at that match. How you feel about that match though with Breaker and Sammy?
Uh, I mean, I had mixed emotions on it because I feel like giving the title to Braun Breaker would have been too soon. And then on top of that, Sami Zayn is on. I feel like Sami Zayn is on the verge of like something a little bit more challenging than Braun Breaker. I think this is like a build up towards the end of Sammy's run because you have guys like Braun Breaker that's hungry for the title. Bronson Reed. You have Chad. Well, Chad. I don't think Chad can really challenge it for. I don't know, but Chad Gable, all those different guys that's on the mid card that are hungry for that title. And then on top of that, Sami Zayn himself winning. I mean, if Braun Breaker would have won, I feel like we got what we so-called wanted, but it's like, okay, now what's next type situation. And I say that to like every challenger that steps up to a title. If we got what we wanted right on a dime, it's like, okay, we got this. Now what's next? So, I mean, okay match for Braun Breaker to win it. It probably would have been too soon, but at the same time, it probably would have been cool as far as like out of nowhere moments.
I get that. But like you said, the Intercontinental picture. I mean, you have some players into it. You got, like you said, you got Jay, you got Braun, you got Chad, you got hell, you got Ilya. You
Yeah.
can put Ludwig Kaiser in it. You can put Sheamus in it. You can put even Otis. Like once Otis start breaking really out of the Chad Gable situation, I think it's like, and like I said, Otis had that pop that night when he broke off with Gable. So it's like you got to capitalize off of that. And plus, it's like it's a matter of time as when they're gonna give the Creeds and Ivy Nile into the Alpha Academy and make Team Angle 2.0.
Yeah.
But then like I said, the match with Sammy and Brown was great. I just think a lot of people were just like thinking like, yo, put the belt on Braun. But I'm like, like don't get me wrong, he's not. The people think he's buried and stuff. Like I'm like, he's not buried. If
Right.
anything, this match just showed that he can hang with Sammy, and he'll use his brain the next time to go with it. Because this time he was just using it on adrenaline, just trying to take the man out instead of being smart and strategizing. But overall, like I said, it was a good match. All right, so let's move on. We have the World Heavyweight Championship match between Damian Priest and Seth Rollins. Now, the stipulation was if Priest wins, Seth can no longer challenge Seth for the belt as long as he has it. But if Rollins wins, Damian must leave the Judgment Day. So great back and forth match. We had a good few spots. Like I said, Damian Priest became a better worker in the ring. He was already a good worker, but with this world title, he's showing that he's for that top spot. He's showing he's the top guy on Raw right now with that belt. A lot of people were like saying he's sloppy. I'm like, he's not sloppy. You're thinking of his earlier days when he was as Punisher Martinez in Ring of Honor. Those days he wasn't like very like swift in the ring, but he was still like dominant. But now he's like now his time in NXT and everything, all that stuff. Then his time in the main roster as the United States champion, having his moments with Bad Bunny and everything, and tag team championships, he's become a very good wrestler in the ring. And this match between him and Seth, like I said, back and forth. We know Seth is a savant in the ring. We know this. He's great in the ring.
Right.
But of course we have a hiccup in the ring. The 1, 2. Oh, wait a minute. It was rumored that it was Drew was supposed to hit. It hit too late.
Okay.
And Triple H actually kind of like talked about it during a press conference, saying, "Look, mistakes happen. We're all human. Like it's theater. Stuff happens." Then we get Drew coming out there, doing what he do, try to cash in. He takes out Rollins. He has Priest into him. He kicks Priest in the stomach and, try to go to him again. Here comes CM Punk basically attacking Drew again, screwing him again.
Yep.
Just beating the living holy hell out of him. Choking him with the wire, steel chairs. And next thing you know, CM Punk has his eyes on that world championship, which is kind of like playing a seed for something as well, too. So then he pins Drew. He pins Drew, which is the right call.
Yeah.
Because Seth needed to get pinned. If you pinned Seth, it would have made no sense. Now the funny thing is though, even though Punk did screw Drew, he screwed Seth, which means Seth can no longer be a world championship contender as long as Damian has that title. But also, it makes that noise of can Damian Priest win a match by himself? Because 2 times in a row, it has been CM Punk being involved.
Mm-hmm.
And it's making Priest look like, he can't do it out by himself. Now, granted, that's the way it looks right now, but like I said, the next match Priest has, Lord, I pray for his chest. Because SummerSlam is going to be him and Gunther for the World Championship.
Mm-hmm.
I think around that time, it'll be some other stuff happening in the Judgment Day that we will not expect. Because, like I said, we had a little snippet of Finn Balor saying, whatever you want, boss. I'm like, Finn's going to turn on Priest. That's the way it's looking. Because think about it. Finn is really low-key jealous that Damian got that belt. And he tried to get it the year before, but couldn't get it.
Right. I remember that.
So it's like I said, I'm hoping that we figure out what's going on more with this come Monday, because it's already been reported that Drew McIntyre has been suspended, quote unquote suspended.
Right.
But yeah, like I said, then we got Seth to worry about. It's a lot going on the Raw side.
It's definitely a whole hell of a lot.
What's your take on the match?
Again, I mean, like, I can't even really go the same route when it comes to this match, but I feel like Seth could have won it, picking up where he left off as far as like his injury and all of that other stuff, to see where he was going to go from there. Damian Priest winning it, yeah, that also makes sense. And then we got Drew McIntyre, who won the Money in the Bank. I mean, I feel like a 3-way decision as far as like who was going to win it, I wouldn't be mad or happy as far as what either way could have went. My whole thing was the common denominator, like you said earlier, was CM Punk and how that all played out. So I feel like in the end, CM Punk kind of screwed all three theoretically. And the
I was
reason
just
why
about to say that.
And the thing is, I mean, we see it as far as Seth Rollins is concerned, that whole, story there.
Mm-hmm.
Then you got Drew McIntyre, who's extra pissed, and then you got Damian Priest. But with Damian Priest, it kind of benefits him because Seth can't no longer challenge for it as long as he's champion. But at the same time, now you got Punk saying, I did this for you, I want a shot, if he's even still champion. And then you got Drew McIntyre that's going to go on a rampage seeking the same thing. And I feel like all three are going to end up, based on what happens next pay-per-view, it might. I feel like there's going to be like some type of fatal 4-way situation here. Like,
I mean, that's the thing though. We got the thing is though with Priest, he got to deal with Gunther at SummerSlam, so the fatal 4-way kind of just you can't do it.
Yeah, that's true. But
because
I mean, back to the whole point though. Like, I feel like as far as the World Heavyweight Championship, I think they're trying to like add more controversy to the title, story wise, and it's working so far, because if you go back to the days of Triple H running Raw as world champion, it's kind of giving that same exact vibe. The only difference is Damian Priest really can't be the role of a Triple H now because he wasn't technically the leader. So
Yeah, that's true.
that's that. But at the same time, it's very interesting. I want to see where this whole thing goes as far as the common denominator, which is CM Punk.
Like I said, I think with SummerSlam around the corner, I think we're gonna like get our questions answered because, like I said, Priest is not really gonna care about Punk as long as he's world champion.
Right, right.
The issue is with Priest is can he win without having people like interfere? That's
Yeah,
the
can he win the big one?
only thing. That's the only thing. Other than that, I think he cares less about Punk. Now with Drew and Seth, Drew's already looking for blood from CM Punk. The man stole his bracelet. Then on the post show said, "I know where you live." Drew is on a crash out tour right now.
Mm-hmm.
Then we have Seth, who can't stand CM Punk on TV and somewhat, I guess, maybe behind the scenes. But you know they always say, drama sells on TV.
Yeah.
Whether y'all
That it
cool or
does.
not, if y'all can make money off of it, it sells.
Mm-hmm.
So then you, of course, like I said, with someone saying around the corner, there's no way we cannot have these. We had Drew and Punk, but it's like you got Seth too. So where do you go with this? Unless you save Seth for down the road.
Probably because, again, like I feel like all stories are going to connect either at SummerSlam or maybe even next year's Mania, possibly.
Yeah, next year's
And
Mania is going to be a big one for sure.
it's definitely going to be a big one. And you know, we still ask the question: will we get Punk versus Rollins? That might go that route. And then on top of that, you know, Punk versus McIntyre, Punk versus Priest. And yeah, this is like you said, it's a lot to cover on the Raw side of things. Like
It's a lot.
it's a whole hell of a lot.
But let's continue on with the rest of the recap. Then we have, to me, the best match of the night, women's Money in the Bank match. Them women killed that match. That match I say was better than the men's. We had so much stuff going on that match. We had so many spots. We had Naomi do her thing. Zoe Stark, the ultimate seller. Then of course you got the MVP to me was Chelsea.
Okay.
Cause her like doing a lot of stuff. She was taking a lot of bumps and everything. Then the last bump she took with the 2 tables.
Crazy.
I like how she prepared herself though too while she was falling. Because she went like back there head first. Who knows what happened?
Concussion probably at the very.
Speaking of concussions, we'll get to that soon too.
Oh man.
So with the women's Money in the Bank match, the right person won in Tiffy. The right person won. Granted, I would love to see Naomi win it, or at least I would love to see even Chelsea win it. For some reason, I don't know. Chelsea has become like the the flavor, one flavor of the month, but I would say her fire is starting to get a little bit more. Because you need some more heels on SmackDown right now, and the biggest heel right now, of course, is Nia.
Yeah.
Tiffany Stratton is one of the top heels.
Yeah.
You can throw Chelsea in there too with Piper Niven. Because Piper, like I said, she had a moment at Clash of the Castle, but she didn't win. So it's like now, where do you go from here now with Chelsea and Piper? But I think, like I said, with some wrestlers coming back soon, like for instance, with Charlotte coming back soon, hopefully Becky signs her deal possibly, but she'll be on Raw. Like I said, the women's match was great. Right person won in my mind.
Right.
Thing is, though, who would she cash in on? Because think about it. Bayley has to wrestle Nia Jax at SummerSlam. So let's just say if Nia wins, is Tiffany going to cash in on her? Or if Tiffany won, she can cash in on the Raw champion too. Because it doesn't mean it has to be on SmackDown.
Yeah.
That's the main thing. You can cash in on anybody you want. You don't have to be specifically that champion.
Yeah.
Because you think about it, remember it used to be the Raw briefcases and the SmackDown briefcases back in the day?
Mm-hmm.
We kind of killed that now with now it being women's and men's money in the bank now, so it's kind of killed.
Yeah, because that them doing the Raw and SmackDown one, that was
It
just too much.
worked,
That would have been too
but it
much.
was like,
Especially with the opportunities the women are getting now, yeah, that would have been like way too much.
oh yeah. And there's already rumors about them having the mid-card titles. There's rumors about it, but they don't know if it's true or not.
Well, we already know what it's going to be called if it's the case.
Oh yeah, the women's Intercontinental and the women's United States.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I love to have. That's the thing. The women don't have a lot of belts to do, but it's like the rivalries they can have with each other makes the matches, so it makes sense. But at the same time, we're in a different time frame where every woman is not going to be world champion, so it's best you make a mid card title for them to carry. Basically, the same thing they do in NXT.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because we got the women's NXT championship, now we got the women's North American championship, so it only makes sense.
Which is also why I feel like the women should have their own show. But that's besides the point.
They should, but I think it's like to a point where it's like we're basically going to do the same thing that women's, was it WOW, WOW, women's wrestling?
Yeah, yeah.
So I mean, we'll see if it comes down to that. But like I said, the women killed that match. Tiffany Stratton, your new women's Money in the Bank. So there's that. Let's get into the last topic, and then we gotta keep moving a little bit. Cause like I said, we're pressed for time because we had that show tonight with NXT Heat Wave, and we doing the show a little earlier than normal. We'll have the intro song for the show tonight.
That'll be wow.
That will show you. Shawn Michaels got a black side chick.
Oh God, can we not? No.
No, I said black side chick. We're not talking about Sexy Red. Oh,
thank God. Thank God.
That, like I said, that was for publicity. Speaking, you see the post she posted on Twitter? She did.
I did not see that.
It was something crazy, but she had said some freaky stuff. It was about Javon and Trick. I was like, wait a minute. It was something, but like I said, you know her personality is, and it attracts people too. So it's like, you know, it helps hand in hand.
She better
Let's
chill
get back
before
to the show.
Lash Legend whoop her ass. I'm just saying.
He gets a Lash in her cool, so like, who knows? But let's get back to the show. So the last match of the night, of course, was the 6-man tag team match where we had Cody Rhodes, Randy Orton, and Kevin Owens, who I want to give a get well soon to his mother, who's in the hospital. She's basically, fighting and fighting. So prayers for his family and his mother.
Mm-hmm.
And they was going against the Bloodline 2.0, or as some people like to call it, the T-Move version of the Bloodline.
Mm-hmm.
But like I said, this match, it started off, the way it's supposed to start off. Of course, with the first people to make matches was like, I think it was Cody and Tama.
Right.
Going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Then of course we had Randy coming there, and then we have the in-ring debut of WWE TV for Jacob Fatu. Ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna have a monster for a while now with this guy.
Yes,
and mind you, he's only 32. So it's like 32 years old with that agility and speed for that man that size is scary. The simple fact that he took a DDT, Orton was about to go RKO, he stands up, Orton looks up like, oh damn it, I gotta deal with this.
Mm-hmm.
It was like I said, you had a few good spots here and there. Of course, we saw, Solo being Solo. He's trying to be the tribal chief, and it's like he's doing what he's supposed to do.
Right.
But we knew the outcome of this match was going to be. it was going to be Solo pinning Cody, which we needed to see because we need to validate that Solo is a top heel on SmackDown, and he's basically taken over the bloodline as the quote unquote new tribal chief.
Yeah.
With him having that, I forgot what it's called. I don't want to say, mine's right. That necklace he got on his neck, the Lufia.
The Ulufala.
Ulufala, thank you. The Ulufala he has on around his neck. That just, it proclaims you as the tribal chief. And as we noticed with Solo before, he has had it in his hand before with Roman, and he looked at it, and Roman was like, "You good?" And then there's moments where I remember there's a moment where Jay said, "I'm looking at the new tribal chief right over here," and it's Solo, and Roman started laughing. Solo wasn't laughing. So like I said, with Solo becoming the tribal chief right now, pinning Cody was the right move. It sets up the perfect match for him and Cody to have at SummerSlam. Also, it sets up for a return. So it's like there's gonna be so many stuff that's gonna be happening until SummerSlam. Cause we got a whole when is SummerSlam in August, right? I think the first week of August.
Yeah.
Cause we got a few more weeks now in between of SummerSlam to build this matchup. And man, I cannot wait. Because plus it can be so many other matches too you can book. Like for instance, you can have Jacob probably fight maybe Randy, which would be a good match. Or Jacob versus KO.
Yep.
Now when I said botch, I was talking about Tungaloa. Cause it was a spot where Tungaloa had got hit in the back of his head on the table.
Ooh.
It was possible that he was concussed. And remember we tried to do a low blow first time? And it looked like kind of like weirdly. Then he did the second time, actually hit it. So I'm like, it could have been him still being woozy. But of course, fans on Twitter and Instagram and everything made a joke about it. They tried to make a highlight of all his botches he had in his career. I'm like, y'all be like finding the most stuff just to complain about. It's like they're human, man. They're gonna make mistakes, and like let it be.
Let it go.
But it's like I said, for Solo to get that pin, perfect timing, build for SummerSlam, and also we gonna see where this bloodline story goes from here. Because remember, we have a lot of other stuff. We got a lot of other parts in the story that we don't know yet.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
All right, so we covered all of Money in the Bank. So let's get into this documentary. It was an hour and 11 minutes, I believe. Basically, it's all about how Triple H sees this right now for WrestleMania, of this past WrestleMania in Philly. Because it was supposed to be set in, because basically it explains everything. Of course, we get The Rock involved, and The Rock, he comes in. He's been promoting the stuff on Pat McAfee show at first time. That's what really actually started right there, the Pat McAfee show.
Yep. That
was the nucleus of all this. Because originally it was supposed to happen at WrestleMania 39.
Yeah.
But, conflict to conflict, scheduling, stuff happens.
Yep.
So then, of course, we get The Rock comes back. He does his whole The Rock sit in a booth. They sit in the bar, or they sit ahead of the table thing. That just makes all mainstream media stuff, and everything turns over. Then, of course, on top of that, then we have Cody winning the Rumble.
Yep.
Then it's like, what do we go from here? And also, it's like, then, of course, he says what he says on SmackDown that night when he says, I will fight you, Roman Reigns, but not at WrestleMania. And he does, his normal thing, talks. Out comes The Rock. Right now, in the placement, we have Roman versus The Rock, WrestleMania 40, main event. Thing is, though, where's Lee Cody? Because there was rumors that Cody probably wasn't having an opponent possibly. He didn't have nobody in the car for him yet. Because at the moment on the books, it was supposed to be Rock, Roman, CM Punk, Seth.
And Seth, yep. Mm-hmm.
But once CM Punk got the injury and everything, I think that trajectory kind of changed everything. And then, of course, The Rock, being The Rock, he listens to the people. People are fed up. People are cussing. People are mad. They're like, you don't want you, we want Cody. Which is the truest thing because it's like all the fans was riding with Cody throughout the year of 2023. Throughout the whole year, riding with Cody to the main event.
Mm-hmm.
So, of course, The Rock, where you see the meme going on now with everybody, when The Rock got here like this, like, it's just him just talking like this, and like you hear him see it. So, Rock basically said it was his call to have, we'll do Roman and Rock, I mean, we'll do Cody and Roman, and then we'll do me and Roman versus Cody and Seth. Basically, they said it was his call. And next thing you know, the stuff shoots off. The Rock has one of his best characters he has built in a while with the final boss. Then, of course, we have Cody being Cody. We have Seth being the MVP of the whole thing, fighting through injuries. And, of course, Roman is Roman, so we can't be mad at him.
Right.
So it's like, overall, like I said, the whole balance of the main event of WrestleMania 40, it worked. And also, it put the power back into the fans, which is the right power to have.
Right. Right.
But that's how I felt about that situation with that story. How do you feel about the documentary?
I loved it. And I feel like it gave me a better understanding of how certain situations that happen, they're able to capitalize, not only just capitalize it, but switch it to make it make sense.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, we talk about what we always thought since, you know, The Rock came back and him and Roman had that face-to-face. And we said that Rock was going to turn on Roman or Roman was going to turn on Rock to make Cody finish his story. But the way they played it out, nobody was expecting. And yes. I like that. And that's and another thing is like people have their thoughts about how Rock bullied his way in, and this whole build-up was not only just between Rock, Cody, Seth, and Roman. It's literally people on Busted Open, people on Jimmy Fallon, people on all these different, media outlets that brings this to his, bring this to life, basically.
Yeah.
And I can honestly say that's one of the best WrestleMania build-ups we've had since WrestleMania, I'm going to say WrestleMania 20-ish, maybe 21. As far as good, solid build-ups.
To me, I would say the best build-up in a while that I've seen, I can say maybe you probably put like I said, we put the things involved with the stuff. That's when you got something going. Last time we had the fans involved with something was Kofi.
That too, or maybe even Daniel Bryan for all of that.
Daniel Bryan as well. Like I said, if you can put the fans involved in the story, in any wrestling promotion, if you get the fans to have their voice be heard, you know you got something. You got like strike on the right there, and you just can't like say, "Oh, I'm going to just bite it and just let it go."
Yep.
So, like I said, with Triple H, The Rock, the entire crew, with them going forward with the whole Cody versus Roman thing, and then The Rock, like I said, The Rock, he could have been like, you know what, we're going to do it my way. Rock said no, he wants to do it for the people, and the people wanted Cody. That's what they got.
Yeah.
Now the story between Cody and Roman is over. But the Rock and Cody story, that's only
It's
really begun.
just beginning. Yep.
We'll hear him a lot now. Keep telling Cody, look at you now. Look at you now. Well, yeah, man, that was a good documentary. All right, so like I said, we're on a place for time. So got the last topic, and we're gonna head up out of here. Cause like I said, we'll catch that show tonight and watch it. Cause we got a few good matches. You got the Fatal 4-Way for the NXT Championship with Trick Williams, Javon Evans, Sean Spears, and Ethan Page. Then we got Over Femi versus Wes Lee. Then we got a lot of good matches on this night card.
And I will be watching.
Definitely. Also, we want to give a shout out to AEW. They've been doing a lot of good stuff too as well. We just have the Owen Hart thing going on now with the competition with that. Swerve and last time we didn't speak, it was Swerve versus Osprey. Ooh, that match is match of the year right now. Candidate, that's up there. Osprey, of course, didn't win, but it's like Osprey, I think, is gonna have a time in the sun soon with that world championship.
Oh yeah.
It's just that, man, that match was great. So let's get back to the last topic of the day, which is probably going to like kill you to talk about. It was reported last night during Money in the Bank that John Cena will be retiring from the WWE after being a part of WWE since 2002 when he debuted with the Red Trunks.
Yep.
And gave the greatest quote to start off an era of ruthless aggression.
Ruthless aggression.
When he announced it last night, I mean, it kind of showed right there when he showed the towel saying the last time is now.
Mm-hmm.
And it was a lot of streamers that saw it. It was like, wait a minute, huh? When I saw it, I said, is he going to announce this right now? Then, of course, you see a shirt that says, he said, after this, you can't see me. You see on the back of the shirt saying that. So it's like, when he announced it, of course, it sends shockwaves through the media, not just sports, everywhere. Even the Shade Room posted a post saying, breaking news, John Cena has announced his retirement for WWE. The Shade Room.
The Shade Room, bro.
Then Sports Center announced it. It was like, this is a mainstream type of thing. And, of course, I've always been a Cena fan. I'm not going to lie. I'm a Cena fan. Been one since I was a kid. He's the only guy I know that never turned heel. Never. It could have helped him out if he would have turned heel, if he would switch it up a little bit. But I think with so many kids being a fan of him, then him doing the Make a Wish stuff and all that stuff, it was like, man, but it was, like I said, he announced it last night. Now, he's not announcing from in-ring competition yet. So basically, the year of 2025 will be the year of Cena. Because starting from January 2025 until December of 2025, Cena will be on tour with WWE for 30 shows, 30 to 40 shows. Which means he'll probably be, like he said, the Royal Rumble will be his last. Elimination Chamber will be his last. And this WrestleMania at Las Vegas this year will be his last WrestleMania that he will participate in. Now, like I said, we'll go into more Cena time as the year goes on. Because, like I said, next year will be a big year for him in wrestling. With all that whole year in wrestling.
Yeah.
But let's talk about moments about Cena. My favorite moment of all time with John Cena was, of course, when he won the WWE Championship against JBL. That was arguably, of course, that was the moment that made him who he is. It put him on a map. It basically made him the top guy.
Yeah.
Because it was in 2005. He was still like a young dude, still trying to, do his thing. Him beating the top heel in JBL, which is the perfect timing.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, it just put a rocket on his back. He just shot to the moon.
Yeah, and then
And
there's 1 year after his WrestleMania debut, basically, so to
yeah,
speak.
the WrestleMania debut actually was WrestleMania 19 when
19,
he
yeah.
rapped the cardboard. He's rapping the Jay-Z cardboard, Nas cardboard. It was so crazy. Then of course the following year he wrestles Big Show for the U.S. title
Mm-hmm.
in Madison Square Garden at that.
Of all places, man. All places.
So like I said, whether you love them or hate them, but you gotta respect them. The dude has put in work for the longest period of time. He has been the WWE flag for a long period of time. He has never said anything bad about the company. He has
Mm-hmm.
been that guy. Now, we know the company has been dropped toxic for the world. We know this.
Yep.
Of
Yep.
course, the guy, even though the guy that made WWE what it is today, Mr. Man, even though he's going through his stuff right now with the case and all that stuff, Vince McMahon really did put Cena on the map. And
Yeah.
it's like hearing him say he's retiring, it's like he was a part of your childhood movie.
Mm-hmm.
Because think about it, of course when we started watching wrestling, we watched wrestling in the late '90s when it was Austin, The Rock, Triple H, Shawn Michaels, Kane, Undertaker, Mankind, all them.
Yep.
And of course WCW with NWO, Sting, DDP, and all that. Cena
All
didn't
of
come
that.
on the stage until 2020. He didn't come onto the forefront until 2002 when he debuted
Mm-hmm.
against Kurt Angle.
Yep.
So like I said, there's so many memories that we can go on and on about Cena, but I want to give you some time to talk to. But for me, like I said, thank you Cena for allowing me to watch you wrestle for all these years, being a fan, watching you have match after match, making moments, being the cool dude that you are. And like I said, this whole 2025 year coming up for you, it should be a big year for you. And once you're done, you can hang up the jorts.
Yeah. How about that?
So what are
Um.
your so before you start, so I want to give a disclaimer. This guy over here has always never was like a fan of Cena. I mean, I can understand it because he dated two people that were Cena fans. So it was like hearing your girl chant Cena was bad enough. And then to hear about he's so this and that, it's kind of like, but at the same time, I know you respected Cena because he had a CD. He brought the John Cena CD as a kid. I remember we listened to that shit on a field trip one day. He had the whole CD.
Ah.
But let's
Good
get your
times.
thoughts on Cena retiring.
Uh. Yeah. I mean, like you said, man, love him or hate him, you gotta respect the time he put in, the dedication, the loyalty, and it's rare that you'll see in the WWE like legit born and raised talent be loyal to the product.
Mm-hmm.
The one thing I can say is that John Cena, even though I wasn't a Cena fan, I've always respected the fact that people criticized him for not being a typical professional wrestler. He had his own unorthodox style, his offense, all of that other stuff. Like he created his own style basically as far as wrestling, pro wrestling style. And that's something that I look at. I mean, he's been trustworthy as far as being the face of the company as champion. Um, Outside of being champion, just being an all-out dude. Um, Even through I guess you could say, the low points of WWE when they were having like mass releases left and right, he was that guy that stayed consistent as far as, just being there, just being dependent. And even times when he got injured, he came before his actual clearance to, return. Like he rehabbed like crazy, and that's
his rehab is very crazy.
that's insane. And you talk about, your favorite moment of John Cena. Mine's honestly, my favorite John Cena moment would have to be him and Rock, WrestleMania 28. And
Yeah, that was a big like
that
storytelling because
that
it was a
like
year.
it was even more than that. Like we've always had this debate as far as when John Cena was on the up and up being champion, like who will win out of Rock and Cena, and
Yeah,
even I remember, SmackDown versus Raw 2006, greatest game ever. I don't care. Um,
it is.
one,
Actually,
one
whoa. Here Comes the Pain is arguably the best game ever.
Oh, Here Comes the Pain is God tier. That's always going to be God tier.
Okay, let's just put that in perspective.
Yeah. But, one of the challenges was Rap versus Rock, and that was John Cena versus Rock. And, me being a Rock fan, it gave me that nostalgic feel of like first time evers, especially with Rock and Hogan. And we got John Cena versus The Rock. And then on top of that, I remember growing up, like seeing bits and pieces of Rock matches, but to actually be in a time where, you can literally just have that childlike feeling of watching The Rock wrestle again in 2012. My God, that made me feel like a kid again. And all that other stuff. So I feel like that was like my favorite John Cena moment, story, whatever the case may be, is the stuff he did with Edge, the stuff he did with Orton. Like how we not talk about him and Taker, and those types of matches. So John Cena was definitely a good character, good person to watch, good person to hate. But
I think
yeah,
his best rivalry. I think his best rivalry to me was Edge.
And that's the thing when it comes to Cena, because mine was him and Orton and, him and Rock. But I feel like the Orton one stood out more.
Those is top three, basically. Edge, Orton, and The Rock. Yeah. Those are his top three rivalries. You can throw CM Punk in there, too.
Yeah. Yeah. Definitely.
Like I said, he has had rivalries. Like, he has made a lot of rivalries. CM Punk, The Rock, Edge, Orton, Triple H, Shawn Michaels, Brock Lesnar. You can say, well,
hell,
it's a lot, man.
It's a whole hell of a lot. Him and Dolph Ziggler.
Him and Ziggler had that little
him and Vicky.
You said Vicky?
Yeah, him and Vicky.
Him and Big Show.
Yeah.
Him and Big Show was like the modern Hulk Hogan, Andre the Giant type feel.
Yeah. That's true.
But yeah, all in all,
him and Bray.
Yes, him and Bray told stories. Him and Daniel Bryan.
Oh yeah, that Daniel Bryan one was crazy.
It's so many we can do this. Like I said, if I had a chance to do Mount Rushmore, Cena would be on the Mount Rushmore for me.
Okay.
Because one, like for the wrestling Mount Rushmore, of course the four that everybody has on there, of course, The Rock, Stone Cold, Ric Flair, and Hulk Hogan. Those are the four that's like world round renowned.
Yeah.
To me, I would remove, like, even though, granted, he wasn't full WWE guy, I would take Flair out, and I will put Cena in that position for WWE.
Okay.
Because Rock, Hogan, Cena, and Austin were the money guys and the faces of the company. Ric Flair is going to wrestle the promotion by itself compared to WWE promotion. I should have made that more clear because, like I said, Cena with the marketing of his products, and him being the face of the company, him being that guy for so many years, and which will be last year coming up soon, it tells you something right there. He's like that guy. He's the GOAT.
Yeah.
One of the GOATs.
Yeah.
Well, like I said, it's going to be a rough year for a lot of fans that are really fans of him. Once that last match happens, that's it.
Yeah. It's gonna be so
basically
weird.
He'll basically be, like he said, an advocate for the company. He'll promote it here and there, but he would not be in the ring. And plus, it's like he has a lot of movies to do too, so I can understand it.
Yeah.
All right, guys. So we're gonna get out of here. Like I said, tonight, tune in. Actually, it should be on right now. Right now, it's NXT Heatwave is on us right now. So we got the Fatal 4-Way, like I said. We got Roxanne versus Lola Vice. Or Femi versus West Wing. We got the Tag Team Championship match. And then we got the NXT North American Women's Champion match. So we got a lot of good matches tonight.
Yep.
So we'll be back here next week. And more topics, more talk about. We're not taking another break for a while. Also, I already said SummerSlam. That will be our next live stream watch along for SummerSlam. We'll be watching that show from first to last. Like I said, it should be a great night. We'll have a good ball for that night. It should be very electric. Like I said, have a good night. Have a good night, y'all. We back next Sunday at our normal time, which is 8 o'clock. Have a safe night. God bless.